there were no trees. But over the years, most people, the older people, are tired. And the young people are tired. Everyone is tired. So now nature is taking its course. All those fields now, they are full of trees.
On Friday, the 15th of August, I visited Trees of Hope Center in Domboshava, located in Mashonaland East Province of Zimbabwe, 27 kilometers north of the capital city of Harare, precisely in Chinyere Village. This visit was to track progress on the establishment and upgrade of the Trees of Hope Center and to meet one of the founding members, Kennedy T Chinyere, who currently resides in the UK and had taken some time off to visit the project site and expedite the ongoing processes of establishing the tree nursery and expansion of the project site.
My name is Kennedy T Chinyere. I was born in this village.
The impact of deforestation brought distress on people and the planet, which pushed Kennedy to co-found Trees of Hope in 2019, together with Dennis Rowe, Jane Tar, Nick Claw, and other members, being driven by the vision for a thriving, diverse, and balanced ecosystem and for a return to living in partnership with the land.
The thing that really inspired me to be where we are today is the idea of planting trees. It's something that I did in my secondary education at Govera Secondary School. When I was growing up, there's so many things that have changed over those years, especially the landscape. A lot of big trees have disappeared, which have resulted in a lot of things also disappearing. Animals, big birds, squirrels, there was another life in the mountains. If you go to the mountains, there was another life. Wild fruits, mushroom. 45 to 70% of our food was coming from the forest. But over the years, people have cut down some of those trees, fruit trees. Some of those trees have disappeared now. Then a lot of things have changed.
The fear of the next generation not being able to experience the surrounding habitats and natural environments, together with the loss of biodiversity, birthed Kennedy's passion for restoration of the environment and its ecosystems.
The moment we lose the trees, we lose life. So I feel like that's the only thing that I can do to add value to my life, is to plant trees.
Kennedy acknowledges knowing the root causes of these devastating impacts as he points out to human-induced activities.
So over the years, the practice of mining gold, it goes really against with the law of land.
For the vision to be realized, the Trees of Hope Center must have uncompromised security to protect it from trespassing and invasion from free-range livestock. And this is part of the work that Kennedy came to facilitate.
We are now doing the final stage where we are now fencing. So today we've been putting these metal posts along the fence. We've got the problem with goats. So we're gonna fence this so that we can make it a goat proof. Because at this time of the year, all of the animals, they can just roam around in the villages, in the mountains, down to the river. So if you've got a piece of allotment, you have to fence it. So this is what we've been doing today. This is a very, very good friend of mine, Theo. He has been here helping. Even if I'm not here, he's one of those people we've been working really hard for this project to be where it is today. So he has been part of the team, and this is gonna continue to be part of the team. And this is one of these people that you, Ash, you're gonna be working with. As you can see, this is the other side of the shed. Where I'm standing here, we've been excavating all this other place so that we can make this place flat, so that the kids can run around, people we can enjoy, we can walk freely. And this pile of sand, this is pit sand, and we've got the bricks. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna build a tank, a water tank, where we're gonna collect the water from the roof. It's gonna be kept into the tanks. So this is why we have got all these bricks now to construct those water tanks, so that we can harvest the water. And we've got the bore on top of there. We can either pump the water direct into the tank, then we can use that water to irrigate this piece of land where these boys are. This is gonna be the place where we're gonna be growing vegetables and planting some of these fruit trees. And we've got a lot of different varieties of trees inside the Trees of Hope allotment. We have got some fruit trees that we're gonna do a little bit walk inside, then we can see the difference of trees and how they're related when they grow together. And the tree that we're gonna be concentrating on this year is this mutukutu tree. We call it mutukutu or muchokocha. When we were young, we used to eat. Yeah, we can eat. This is one of the trees that you can eat. As you can see, inside there, this white powder or pinkish or green that we chew. And inside there, there's these very, very nice, pretty seeds. And this is a good, all the animals, especially the cattle, they eat this fruit. So human beings and animals, we can grind this and mix it with grains, then you can make concentrate. It's something that I've learned these recent days, that someone is doing that, is collecting this, and they mix that with maize, then they can make concentrate and feed the chickens. So where I'm standing right now here, this is where we're gonna build the water tank, so that all the water that is gonna be coming from the roof will be collected here. Then it's gonna be used for irrigation and also for the seedlings. We just connect the pipes, then we can use the micro drip irrigation, which is gonna minimize the time of people working in the tree nursery. Everything will be done by the switch on the pipe. So this is the bore. It is called the bush pump, because you have to do it. You have to do it yourself. So as you can see, this bore is 60 meters deep, and we still want to deepen it a little bit, because sometimes when there's drought, it runs dry. We pump the water from the bore into the reservoirs that we are building. So where I'm standing right now, you can see this kind of rubble. This is a type of clay that we're gonna break it down, then we can compact it. Then it's stronger than cement. It's clay. That's the type of clay that they use to make clay pots. We're gonna put some shelves here where we're gonna put some books, and on this other section we're gonna plaster that and make a big board, like a writing board, where they're gonna write about the activities that they're gonna be doing, things like that. We're gonna open up this space, or else now we have to put some solar so that we can put light inside this room, because as you can see, it's really dark. As you can see, this is where all the magic is gonna be happening. all the new life is gonna be brought into life. So all these other place and all this other section, and that's where we're gonna put all the pocketing. At this moment in time, we don't have the time to concentrate on that. We are still concentrating on the fencing. The one last challenge that I'm facing and something that I need to address, especially to join Nick at this moment in time, we need to excavate this section. As you can see, we have got 2 different levels. When I come here, we had to dig all this. So the only thing that's left now is to clear this section. This is the old shed. And we can collect all the water from the roof. And we can also collect the water from the bore. As you can see, this is going to be the tanks that we're going to be building. The water will be directed straight from the plant through gravity. In this other section, we're going to use some metal poles. Then we're going to use nets, like, we're going to cover this whole section, which is going to be a greenhouse section, so that we can have a space outside where we can take some plants from the shed. We can put them outside when they reach a similar height. We decided to divide the space into 2 because of we don't have enough resources to cover the rest of the space. So this is going to be the space that's going to be covered, God-proofed. But the other side, we're going to leave it a little bit natural. So by putting this fence, we had to partition the 2 places because we want to keep this other side of the Trees of Hope as natural as it is, and to see young trees growing. We have got a lot of young trees. These are all indigenous trees growing back. When I was young, there was no trees here because we used to grow vegetables. All these trees were not there. But over the years, because we fenced the space, all these trees are now growing. All these trees are indigenous trees. So for the countings that I've done for the last few days, we have got more than 600 trees inside Trees of Hope space. And there's all 65 different varieties of trees in this space. And when you can see about this tree, this is a more dominant tree in this area. We didn't plant any tree here, but nature is doing its course. So over the years, we're gonna learn from that. We're gonna learn from this piece of land. This is where the research is.
Kennedy further explains their willingness to work in harmony with nature after having learned from mistakes of the past so as to restore tree density, which he envisions to bring back hope for sustainable living and a resilient future.
So the idea of Trees of Hope was to plant more indigenous trees, and at the same time by raising awareness, which is really beautiful, which was a different concept of our elders. When they were building a house, they would clear every tree.
The human-induced activities, which span from mining, building, and agriculture, all seem to promote the cutting down of trees. The consequential effect of climate change, together with the high fertilizer prices, have seen the reduction and even in some cases the abandoning of agricultural land, which nature then reclaims and starts to take its course.
So their farming is becoming smaller and smaller, and all these fields that they used to clear to grow fertilizer, grow maize, now they cannot. So the land is regain its magic, which is really impressive, and people are embracing the idea of Trees of Hope, of looking after our environment, our trees, especially our trees, our land, taking care of that legacy and and give it to another generation undamaged.